As an Italian, I can tell you that there was a time where Germany was the ultimate expat destination. You tolerated bureaucracy and medium weather because you got a lot in exchange: progress, career, stability, a safe and substantial pay. All of that is now void. The economy has essentially flatlined since the pandemic years. Manufacturing is in shambles, unemployment is all-time high, and we are seeing a strong detriment of the industry that once used to carry Europe on their shoulders. What happened and why does Germany feel so unwelcoming right now? I'm going to deep dive on the reasons why I'm personally considering leaving the country and what that could mean for you if you're considering Germany or already living here. Hello, fellow wealth seekers, and welcome back to another installment of the channel. This time we are looking at a bit more of a delicate topic. I want to get right into it. In Germany, you're not only looking at the bureaucracy, the weather, the society that lately feels really closed off, but the math is starting to turn against you as well. The median net worth of an average adult sits as slightly above 100k. Why is that not higher than Southern Europe, Spain, Italy? This is quite incredible. Yes, on one side you have a high fiscal pressure. On basic income you get up to 47% tax pressure. But next to that you also have a strong risk adversity for investments, buying a home, and a very high amount of everybody's wealth going into insurance premiums, such as life insurance or even damage insurance. There's a very strong anti-risk culture that has been breeding over the years, paired up with an average societal disconnect that has been developing particularly over the last decade or two. 1 in 3 is not happy where they are, job, family, home, and 2 in 3 is actively blaming the government and whatever has happened over the past 5 years specifically. The situation cannot get any worse, and it is starting to get to me personally as well. And when such societal and fiscal pressure is squeezing you on both ends as part of the middle class, you must consider alternative options. As usual, we're looking into geographical arbitrage, which is a very strong pivotal point that I always bring forward on this channel. Next to that, secondary incomes or side gigs have to be assessed. And lastly, your own skills. Are you auditing yourself often enough? Are you considering an upgrade, learning new things each day, leveraging new tools at everybody's disposal? AI democratized a number of skills that were gate-kept until now. My personal plan? Italy. Wait, I know how it sounds. A macroeconomical crash course. But microeconomically, it might make sense for me. I'm looking at a renovation project after having purchased an asset in central northern Italy that could eventually turn into potentially hospitality, wellness, an industry that is really booming right now for the average European. That in a few years could turn into a stable income if things go as planned and if I'm able to renovate on time. And it could really be the gateway that I needed in order to find a new life elsewhere. Sounds romantic and motivating, right? But there's a brutal, unromanticized truth behind that. It is extremely hard to let go of your primary full-time income source. That is not only a psychological safety net, but also something that you've been born with the concept of having and chasing all your life. Personally, I have made enough savings and I believe the right financial choices, particularly over the last 5 years, that allow me not to live paycheck to paycheck. But 65%, that is 2 Europeans in 3, are living with less than 3 months of living expenses covered on a side. So technically, they might not be able to face a harder emergency should it arise. The reality is that we would need to look into other income streams, an entrepreneurial project, and explore something that really resonates with us deeply, building our own venture. But psychologically and mathematically, we do have obstacles that the system has been posing in front of us and is not actively helping us to escape from. Basically, you cannot quit your job because of the weather or some impulse decision. You need an escape plan, a protocol that is really strongly defensive and has a way to support you during your transition months. Number one, boost your liquidity savings. Your emergency fund has to account for potential interruption of funds, interruption of income as you build up your new strategy and new life. Hence, I recommend 12 months of liquidity saved. That is 12 months of basic expenses covered. Next to that, decouple your savings and wealth from your local tax authority. If you are only investing with a bank or in local bonds, this does not ensure global reach. You need an ETF portfolio that is not your liquidity savings and that is globally diversified and indexed against the assets of the world. Third, your hybrid transition. You cannot simply plug off. You need to have a bridge where perhaps you reduce your hours to a 70 or 80% part-time and start dedicating a bit more time towards your new goal and new enterprise, or even better, try to work in between the dead times. If you know your Fridays are a bit more relaxed, try to be on call and present at work while starting to interrogate perhaps an AI agent or a couple of friends with certain thought-provoking questions and pinning down the blueprint of what could be your enterprise. In essence, for my specific case, Germany has provided capital accumulation and acceleration. It compounded my skills, my wealth, and has allowed me to mature as an individual, as a people leader, as an expert, and allowed me to also develop key skills such as consulting, such as public speaking, and I'm also challenging myself each day by recording these videos. But it has come to a certain point, and now societal, tax situations, macroeconomic factors are exerting a certain energy toll and obviously fiscal toll onto my person, my wealth, my liquidity, and it is time to truly assess when a move could be appropriate and where this could be best deployed. My key idea is what I mentioned. Maybe it serves as good food for thought to provoke your idea and to come to fact with the reality of being perhaps dissatisfied with the reality you're working at. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you would like to engage into more discussions or if you like such personal videos. A bit of retention and engagement is always appreciated on the channel. I'll see you in the next session. European Wealth Lab out.